Yo, I'll be straight with you. I am tired. It's just the busiest I've been in my entire life. So energy is super low. So instead of hitting the gym today and being in that warehouse, with artificial lighting and hitting my stair climber, I thought, yeah, fuck it. Let's head to the beach here in Miami. I'm actually in Fort Lauderdale right now because there's a cool ball court right by the water. It's literally on the beach. So I thought, let's just mix it up. Let me grab my ball, drive 20 minutes, hit the beach, and from what I'm seeing, man, it's packed right now. People, oh, look at this car here. That's dope. I don't know why the guy is sleeping in his car though. Is he fucking dead? You never know, man. South Florida is crazy. I've seen dead people here. But that's not funny. I'm just tired again. So let's hit the beach. Hit my cardio. Play ball. Get some sun a little bit. I think I'm pale right now. I'm supposed to be half black, and this is not really happening right now. This street right here is actually special to me because the first time I came to Florida is shortly after I turned pro with Musclemania, and the show was actually moved from Miami to Fort Lauderdale, so I stayed around here in a little hotel up the street, and I was driving down this boulevard. At this point, it should be Ocean Drive. Yeah, driving down Ocean Drive to drug testing, and I took a video of that. I still have it. It was on my old YouTube channel. So this is really where my adventure in the States started, because shortly after that, I started my process to move to the United States and get my green card, which I got. And then eventually I moved to Miami. So this is where pretty much, well, it didn't start here. It started in Montreal, but moving to the States and Miami was a big pivot, and certainly like a massive turning point in my life and in my career. So always a special spot for me. Something actually funny happened around here. So the first time I came, we were just socializing with people, driving around and meet and greet and just enjoying the vibe of South Florida. And I met this guy. He was some kind of weird, funny hippie type of deal. He was longboarding, the long skateboard. And I actually ran into this guy like a couple of weeks ago. He told me, yeah, I remember you, man. You were kind of a big deal. Like you were all ripped, and you had this hot girlfriend, and you were like a bodybuilding champion of sorts, which was all true. So I'm still ripped today. I am married to that beautiful girlfriend now, and we have 2 children. And as far as bodybuilding, I did what I had to do. Then I got bored, and now I am focusing on the tactical games, which is my new sport. So it's kind of full circle. I'm like back to the same place, doing the same thing, but like 10 years later, which is, it's strange in the sense that it feels good because I'm back in that zone where everything is exciting, but also in life you don't expect to be back where you started. I don't mind it, but it's still a little bit strange. You're under the impression that you're gonna move forward and things are gonna be different, only to circle back to what you used to do, which is fine with me again because I love that shit. I had a great life back then, and I have a great life now. I mean, I don't know anyone who had like a career in natural bodybuilding. I did, but what are you gonna do? I mean, like, you do a couple shows, and most of the success you're gonna have as a natural bodybuilder is not through competing. Maybe you're gonna build a business, or maybe get a couple magazine covers, or get some clout, and which is what I got. But after I got it, it is what it is. Now what's next, right? If you're already peeled, you're ripped, you look good, you got some fitness clients, I mean, You need another challenge, and that's what I'm doing these days. Well, shit, literally as I was pulling up, it started raining, so I'm gonna take a couple of minutes here and chill until it clears up. So look, back to what I was saying about bodybuilding. For a lot of people, it's kind of a fantasy, which I lived, so maybe I can bring some clarity to that, because along the way I met a lot of people who kind of wanted to do what I did, but I mean almost all of them never really saw it for what it truly is. And I'm not going to be the guy being here telling you that, oh, it's all bullshit. It's not, man. It was amazing. It gave me things that I will be forever grateful for. And it was just a lot of fun, but it's not exactly like people think it is. So after I won my Muscle Mania Pro card, literally I remember this guy, he competed with me, and he saw what I was up to, because after that I started my business and it started going well, and then I started traveling internationally for shows, and got a little bit of recognition there, and like got posted online by big pages. And then I moved to the States and I was in Miami doing my thing. So that guy was in touch with me once in a while, and essentially he was trying to get his Muscle Mania Pro card, and he was really betting on that, in the sense that he thought that once he got that pro card, things would just unfold, right? But that's not true. That's not how it is. It's, you have to make something out of it. It's just, it will unlock doors for you, but you still have to walk through these doors, if you know what I mean. Like, most people, when they get something like that, like, nothing happens. What do you think is going to happen? People are going to throw shit at you and you're just going to enjoy it? No, not really. So the reason I got my pro card, it's because I was fairly ambitious, and I'm always pushing for more, and I want my life to be an adventure. So that's why I ended up getting a pro card, not the other way around. It's not because I started competing in bodybuilding and then all these things magically happen. That's backwards, because the vast majority of people who do well at a few shows and get some recognition and a little piece of paper telling them they're a professional, like, guess what? You never heard of them. And they never did anything with that. Then what? You go back home and you go back to your job. This is what's going to happen unless you make things happen. In my case, I was always clear that competing was a means to an end. So my reasoning was, if I turn pro, I'm going to be in great shape and people are going to like that, and they're more likely to hire me. Well, that was one. Two, I can use that as credentials to have a competitive edge in terms of fitness coaching. So I can tell people, yeah, like, I won the Canadian title, so, and I compete in the States and all that kind of stuff. So people tend more to trust me before knowing me, as opposed to someone who just says, well, I'm a coach, right? So that was second. And third, it allowed me to get my green card to move to the States. But even then, it's not as straightforward as you turn pro, then you can cross the border and you know, catch a flight to the States and just settle there. That's not how it works at all. Like, I had to jump through hoops and make that happen. So don't go thinking that just by doing that and pursuing that pro card, even if it's an IFBB, right? I'm natural, so I went with Muscle Mania, even though obviously most of the guys were not natural, but that's what I did. Even if you win an IFBB pro card, it's no guarantee of anything, right? I guess this ain't happening. I mean, I could go out there, but I don't think this juice might be worth the squeeze, if you know what I mean. Because this way is pretty dark, so I think it's coming this way. Even though over there it looks pretty good. Nah. You know how it is. By the time I get home, it'll be nice, sunny, and clear. But it is what it is. The joys of Florida. Cool place, though. That's the ball court here. right on the beach. You can see like there's the cargo ship in the back here. So you're literally on the beach. Look, earlier I told you something. I told you that getting some sort of title is not going to do anything for you. What is going to change you is the sacrifices you have to make and the better decisions you have to take and the person you have to become to achieve those goals and get those titles. That will change you forever. And these patterns of behavior, these beliefs, you're going to keep them, and that's what's going to allow you to achieve more in life. So should you be going after a title like a Musclemania Pro Card or IFBB Pro Card? Yes. Is it because the piece of paper will be life-changing? No. It's because this is going to change you, and it'll make you a better person, better equipped to maybe achieve your next goals, be it in business or on the personal front. What you learn along the way isn't going anywhere. That's why you see successful people being successful across domains. You see retired military guys having successful podcasts. You see athletes running big businesses. Why? Because what they learned transfers to something else.